What's up, family? It's your homeboy Nino back with another video. So this one is about why are young people nowadays in such a rush to get married? And I'm talking about young people like in their early 20s, man, in their mid 20s. Like, what's up with that, man? Now, I'm not trying to sit here and judge you all about it, man. I mean, I get it. The heart wants what the heart wants at the end of the day. But I totally don't understand, like, why young people in their 20s are in such a rush to get married. Like, everything is like a timestamp. Like, they got to be married by the time they're 23 or 24. Then they got to have kids by the time they're like 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially women. Women have timestamps on everything. Now, I know it's harder to have kids as you get older, but I feel like going with the flow and the ebbs and flows of life is a lot more natural than trying to rush things, because y'all could be getting into a marriage like that you ultimately don't end up being in, as you grow older. Like, you might not be in that marriage anymore for whatever reason because you rushed into things with your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to get married at such a young age and didn't allow yourself to explore and to find out what's in the world, meeting new people, maybe doing a little bit of traveling here or there, getting out there and really having the time of your life. Because I feel like in your early 20s, it's time for you to explore. It's time for you to get out there because you're a young adult. And I feel like you fully haven't experienced things yet because you just got into your 20s. I mean, you just became an official adult at 18 years old. So what have you really experienced in like a 3 or 4 year time frame? You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't really get out there and enjoy yourself to the full extent. Like, I'm not saying you got to go out there and party all the time, but get out there, meet new people, go out, because when you get married, man, things are a lot different. You have someone to answer to on a constant basis, whether it be your wife or your husband. And I'm not saying they're trying to be controlling, but you have to give your significant other courtesy of when you're doing things, because not everything is a single decision by one person. Everything, when you get married, becomes a team effort, becomes a couple decision. Decision making becomes as one, man. That's how it's really supposed to be. And sometimes people are not ready for that. Sometimes people still want to kind of live their life, but they're married now and they're locked down with kids. And now it's like, time is kind of up for them. And that's why I feel like sometimes young people, they go out there, they still want to explore while they're married at a young age. And they go out there and end up cheating on their significant other because they weren't out there experiencing their lives to the full extent. Get out there and do your thing, man, and do a little bit of exploring, And I feel like that's the best thing to do when you're young, man. You're supposed to enjoy your life. You're supposed to live your life. Now, I know life is not promised, life is not guaranteed, but that doesn't necessarily mean you got to run to the next person you meet and you got to get married with them, because they might not necessarily be the right person for you. And now it's like you wasted those couple of years when you could have been enjoying yourself. And now you're back to square one because you're getting a divorce with your significant other. And now you might have kids in the picture, and it's harder to get divorced when there's kids in the picture. Not to say that, people don't get divorced when there's kids involved, but it makes it harder for the couple and also for the kids and their upbringing as well, too. So there's many things to consider, especially with finances. If you all have finances together, sometimes they say the best figure of speech is it's cheaper to keep them. And y'all know about that speech. A lot of people do. A lot of people know that figure of speech, man. So people end up being miserable in a marriage that they don't want to be in because they got into it while they were young. And they're feeling a certain type of way once they're married that, oh, I shouldn't have done this. I made a mistake. Did a little bit more exploring while I was younger, while I had the chance. And now you're getting a divorce at 25, 26, 27. Not to say that you can't meet anybody because you're still young enough, but you need time to heal from something like that, man. It's not an overnight thing. You can't just rush right back out there and try to find somebody and lock somebody down. You need time to heal, man, especially from a marriage breakup or a relationship. But I'm talking specifically about marriages today and young people getting married at an early age in their life. You know, me personally, I didn't get married till I was 39. You know, but that was just me. I just didn't find the right person. Now, not to really put my business out here on social media like that, but, you know, I'm giving you all a little insight. Yes, I was engaged at an earlier age in my life, in my mid-20s, but it didn't work out. And I'm thankful that it didn't work out during the engagement rather than getting married to that person and now having to get a divorce. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot easier to do something like that. But that's why sometimes people have engagements that are longer. Maybe they're engaged to their significant other for a few years, you know, before they get married because they want to make sure they're marrying the right person. But I feel like when you know in your heart, you know. But sometimes when you're young, your feelings kind of mess with you a little bit. And sometimes, you know, you didn't get out there and meet enough people in the world. You know, I'm not saying you got to go around, you got to sleep with every woman or you got to sleep around with every man to explore. But like I said, you don't want to rush into things while you're young. That's what I'm saying here. I think, you know, the right advice to take here today in this video, if you're thinking about getting married in your early 20s, honestly, you know, I'm not going to doubt anybody's situation. I'm not going to, you know, be negative here, but in the same instance, from my personal experience and from seeing other people getting married at a young age, because the success rate of being married at a young age really doesn't work out too often, more than not. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I can guarantee you if I did have the numbers in front of me, it would tell me exactly just that. But let me know what you all think. Do you think it's worth it to get married at a young age? And I'm talking like early 20s. Like I'm talking like 22, 23. You know what I mean? Some people get locked down at maybe like 24, 25. And they have like times that they want to meet as far as getting married, having kids, settling down, buying a house. Everything is a timestamp, man. And I feel like that's not the way to live life. You kind of got to go with the flow sometimes and see what happens. If you meet the right person, let it happen. Don't rush into things. That's what I'm saying here. But let me know what y'all think. I want to hear from the ladies and the men in this video. All right? Let me know in the comment section below this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace out, family.